Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? You are not seeing me limp, okay? That is a figment of your imagination. As you'll notice, my butt is glued to this chair for this talk. I did a little run last weekend. Let me just say that there's no mistake, and actually, I'm learning a lot. And I think that's the thing that is a difference in my own life. In other words, I used to, when something would happen to me, I would go into victim, 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 victim. Woe is me. Why is this happening to me? Why? There's nothing I can do about this. Blah, 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 blah. And now I don't. And the reason I don't is because I don't think that's the plan. I don't think that's God's plan for me. In fact, I honestly believe that life is always trying to work out for me to help me grow and expand. And when things show up that aren't actually something I said, hey, yeah, let's go have this thing happen to my leg, that actually if you slow down enough, and if I slow down enough and I listen, which we're going to be talking about this morning, that actually there could be something very beautiful in the process that's trying to get your attention. And it's trying to do it not because of shame, blame, or guilt, or judgment. It's trying to do it because on a soul level, you're wanting to figure something out. And sometimes when something physically happens to you, or mentally happens to you, or emotionally happens to you, or spiritually happens to you, instead of going into, I suck, right? I do that. I'm sorry. That's kind of like old programming. If I can let that go and instead go, no, it's actually a gift. Like this thing that's going on here is a gift. There is something here for you. If you can just slow down enough and listen to what the gift could possibly be, what the lesson could possibly be, how I'm going to expand could possibly look. It's always there. It's never not. In other words, this whole suffering thing is not a part of the equation. Some of us, me included, thought that it had to be a huge part of this human experience. And I don't believe that anymore. I don't. So even though I'm sitting here walking around, whatever, there's a part of me that is incredibly crystal clear on how perfect it is that this had to happen. Absolutely. I think that when I look at the opportunities here at Unity, I don't understand that. I don't have that experience. I don't even think that way without Unity, ever. Why? Because I used to believe back in the day that I was being punished because I screwed something up. That's what I thought. And so as a result of that, I would often be walking around as a victim. Woe is me, I suck, I can never figure this thing out. Why can't I just get my act together? Blah, 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 blah. But when you really start to understand what the Fillmores were talking about, what Jesus was talking about, what all the masters have come down here and said is that there's actually a reason for things showing up in our life. And it doesn't mean you were bad. It doesn't mean you were wrong. It doesn't mean you screwed it up. It doesn't mean any of that. It just simply means that on a soul level, that you are ready to learn something. And you have two choices. You can accept that maybe there might be something in there for you to learn and to grow through and to expand through, or not, right? And I'm just telling you that in the past, a lot in my life, that's where I was. That's the camp I hung out in. I liked being a victim. It felt really, really good. Right? It felt good. Oh, man, I'm a victim. There's nothing I can do about this. Woe is me. Feel sorry for me. Please feel sorry for me. Right? We do that. And so the opportunity as we come together, and that's what I love this work, that's why I love the awareness, is that as we start to understand our connection, number one with ourselves, but even to something greater and bigger and better, the divine, then all of a sudden you really can live this life without suffering. You really can live this life without being a victim. You really can live this life in a very powerful way so that when stuff like this comes up, you don't sit there for years and years and years and years and years. You know, I always laugh at it, but when, you know, the old Bible verse where it says, when I travel through the valley of death, I don't remember the part that said, and pitch a tent. That was not in there, okay? But somewhere, somehow, I believe that, yeah, I needed to hang out there for a while, right? And the more I do this work, and honestly, the more I've learned to love myself. And when I say love myself, I mean all the parts of myself, even the parts I don't want anybody to know about. That when I can love those parts of myself and accept those parts of myself, I have an opportunity to heal those parts of myself much faster than denying them, much faster than wanting to get rid of them, much faster than pretty much everything. In fact, I've honestly come to the point to thinking that I think one of the greatest things that we could ever do is fall head over heels in love with ourselves. That's it. And when I say that, I don't mean just the nice, bright, shining parts that we want everybody to see. In fact, I would say it's even way more important to learn how to love those parts of yourself that you don't want to love. And when we can do that, guess what? Then we're actually falling in love with all of us, not just the pretty parts. And I think that is one of the greatest lessons that I've learned in the last couple of years, is doing that work, I think, is as important as anything that we can do in here, even though in here is really cool. I love doing this. I love getting together. I love laughing. I love speaking. I love doing all of those things. But outside of here, where the real work is done, is learning how to do that has been one of the greatest lessons I could have learned. And I just kind of stumbled on it, and I keep talking about it and keep talking about it and hoping that it's helping. So, having said that, good morning, everybody. I am super glad that you're here. We've got some beautiful people here this morning that do all these amazing things. We've got music, we've got sound guys, we've got AV guys, we have our announcement person, we've got our prayer person. We got all these people that come together. What's that? On the kitchen angels and the people downstairs with the kiddos, all of those things that we need. And we have you, right? And your job is honestly just to be who and what you are fully. And let the presence of God use you, and I do mean that, to come through you and just be with us, so that we as a collective get to create whatever experience we want to this morning. So I just want you to think about that. Like, you're not a little thing. You're actually a huge thing because of who and what you are. And now I could spend 20 minutes talking about that, but that's not going to help us. So anyways, I'm really super glad each and every one of you are here from the bottom of my heart. I'm so glad and happy that you're here.
Hey, it's Reverend Mike here. I just wanted to stop for a moment before you get on with your day, and thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. It means the world to us, and I just wanted to let you know if there's anything that we can do to make your experience even better, please do not hesitate to reach out by going to our website. I also wanted to offer you the opportunity for us to get together and sit down so I could get to know you a little bit better and answer any questions that you have. I can either do that by either getting together in person, have a cup of coffee, or we can meet online via Zoom. If you're interested, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach me at michael@courage2thrive.com. And lastly, if you find these messages are helping you, we would be tremendously grateful if you'd consider donating to the center. The best and the easiest way to do that is simple. Just go to our website. Again, thank you so much. Hope you have a great day. Hope you're doing well. God bless, and we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye now.